A tax evasion matter involving a Limpopo businessman has been postponed to next month. This after Mapoko Hudson Kgomoeswana changed lawyers and asked for time to consult with his new legal team. The NPA says it is ready to start with the trial and sees this as a tactic by Kgomoeswana. Now, it's alleged he failed to file his tax returns for 3 years, amounting to 5 million rand. Kgomoeswana is already accused of defrauding power utility eScom and is out of bail on that matter. Now, Khayelihle Khumalo caught up with the investigating directorate spokesperson Sindisiwe Twala after the proceedings.
Very short proceedings here at the Pretoria Regional Court after, of course, Mr. Kgomoeswana just appeared. So now the matter has been postponed to September to allow consultation with his new attorney. But joining us now is Sindisiwe Twala from the investigating directorate. Of course, quite a very important day, Sindisiwe, because obviously, I mean, here we're looking at 5 million rand worth of tax that was evaded in this regard. Maybe just your initial reaction to this particular case.
We're actually disappointed at the fact that today was supposed to be the beginning of trial, plea, and the continuation of the trial. Unfortunately, we were told in court today, Magistrate Adrian Becker also quite disappointed as much as we are that the matter has had to be postponed yet again to September. This is as a result of the accused changing attorneys at the very last minute, where he was supposed to, the case was now supposed to continue in earnest. This is quite unfortunate for us. We perceive this as another delay tactic because this case was initially enrolled last year around this time. So we wanted to start the trial and conclude it as speedily as possible. But what we must also mention is that this case stems from the bigger corruption case in the Palmridge Magistrates Court, where this particular accused is joined with various others in the 745 million rand Gusile power station corruption case.
Of course, and of course, this is thanks to the very efforts by the investigators in terms of getting to the bottom of this. And maybe just once again now, this issue around the consultation with his lawyers. Obviously, that's going to require a lot of time with him having that opportunity. And I would imagine that you'll keep a very close eye on that.
I think this is quite worrisome, but we've already in earnest tried to put him to terms in court by saying that since he's changed attorneys, we are prepared to give full disclosure to the new attorney by the 13th of August of this very month for him to then prepare. But this automatically means that we're going to reappear in September and the attorney will say that he needs additional particulars and a further postponement, so it could possibly further drag. It's the unfortunate state of how things are done in the judicial system, but we have to abide by the court's decision. But what we must definitely state is that we're quite disappointed that a 9-page indictment, tax fraud charges for about 5 million will take so long to be concluded, which is stuff that is not done by the investigating directorate but by the accused, and the constant delays.
And maybe just before I let you go, ma'am, now obviously I suppose once again this case is sending a very clear message about making sure that one should always meet their tax obligation, given the very importance of SARS in terms of the collection of tax, as it were.
Definitely. So SARS, for starters, is one of the partners that we've partnered with as the investigating directorate. We have a memorandum of understanding with them. So we're basically saying that in various of our investigations, if we find that there was tax evasion of any sort, we then refer the matter to SARS and we join forces to bring those particular persons to court.
All right, Sindisiwe Twala, thank you so much. She's, of course, with the investigating directorate. Of course, the matter now has been moved to the 8th of September to allow Mr. Kgomoeswana to have consultation with his own attorneys. But I can tell you this much, the magistrate was not really pleased about the developments in this case, really raising concern about making sure that justice must prevail in this regard.
Thank you very much, Khayelihle Khumalo, with that report. It's about 28 minutes.